Well, it's another month, another video of me breaking down the new Retro Bowl college update, and there's nothing to really talk about. I mean, we waited a month since my last update video, which was somewhat optimistic, and I feel like now it just really has fallen on deaf ears. It has been a month in the making for the 12-team playoff to be added, not even a toggle, so if you wanted to go back, and play with the 4-team, if you did ever want to, that's not an option. And then the verbiage was so weird with this new update. And I quote, "Conferences and competitions have all been updated for 2024, including the 12-team playoff in major subdivision." I don't know what the hell they're fucking talking about. There is no, ability to click on a conference and move them around. I'll show, a little video, I guess, of what it looks like. It's the exact same stuff you'd see in expect. No simulation. I don't even know why I got everyone excited for that. I feel like, again, very optimistic before all the news for this. We waited 4 straight weeks, and this is what we get. I was actually going to film a video today, really just airing out my grievances and my frustrations with the game, and then I hopped on the App Store and was like, oh my god, they actually updated it. Okay, reading conference realignment. Okay, perfect. Click show more. Okay, bugs fix. Okay, where's a simulation? I know they didn't talk about it. Maybe, okay, but maybe a whole conference realignment. There's nothing. Literally nothing. How many times do I have to sit down and make a video like this? I hate to be negative. I genuinely do. I want the game. I wanted to see a crazy cool update and cover all these new features. But here we go. Okay. Fix for missing the taunt animation. Fix for the X to close button not working. Okay, we're literally over a year into this game at this point. Fix an issue where skipping the postseason menus causes you to miss a bowl game which you were eligible to play in. Yeah, that literally happened with my Akron video, my most recent post on my channel. We went 12-2 with Akron in our first year. I skipped the postseason, and it literally skipped a bowl game. I didn't even get to play it. I was like, oh, no bowl game? What the hell? I went 10-2. Nothing? Okay. I thought all you had to do was be 6-6. It literally skipped it. A rare bug where your tight end could appear twice on the field. Okay. Postseason added to the overall games count in your history line, which displays your subdivision ranking. Okay, that's it. See you in the next one. Take it easy. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We waited this long. I mean, they did say, kudos to them. Apologies for the long wait. Beta testers are holding this game for this. When are we going to get a fucking league restart screen? It's been September, October, it's been 14 months. No league restart screen because of balancing. What does that even mean? I also was looking around and I saw this shared post that Retrobol had shared from somebody who made a blog about them talking about the game and its nuances and stuff. I saw the absolute most just lazy bullshit. And if you guys are Retrobol fans, I'm sure you will also be able to just kind of feel the same sentiment that I did when I was reading this. It says Retro Bowl takes it one glorious step further by just simulating defense. This is a genius move. Nobody enjoys playing defense on NFL games. I do. I absolutely would love to. Oh, great, I've been intercepted. Now I get to play defense. Said no one playing Madden ever. Listen, I love playing defense because it's actually fun to be able to make a stop, make a difference. That's a decent take to have to say, oh, it's simple for the casual player. But the response is just no better word than cheeky, because New Star is, British or whatever. They said, finally, someone who gets the whole reason why we don't have a playable defense. That's not why you don't have a playable defense. You don't have a playable defense because you're fucking lazy. Clearly. Listen, I've given the benefit of the doubt to this company so many times for no reason. I don't get paid by them. I have no reason to be affiliated with them. I'm not a beta tester. I'll probably never have the ability to be somebody that can play the game early or do anything cool, even though my community, you guys have been amazing and so supportive. I am so at my wit's end. I even had a post that I want to share with you guys now that I didn't even actually plan on sharing, but at this point, opening up a can of worms here, we're going to go to the New Star Games Discord, and my name was mentioned in the Retro Bowl Suggestions discussion channel, if you will. Now, guys, follow me along here because this is a very big issue that I have been talking about in the Retro Bowl community for such a long time, and I want to know what you guys think because I actually just aired out how I was feeling. Somebody mentioned, Rage Cage here mentioned me in some sort of post. If you want any more validation or have concerns, check out I'm Grego's video. He gives insight on New Star's updates along with some questionable business tactics. Now, I do want to make it very clear. Questionable business tactics, I don't know exactly what my verbiage has been. What it is this. Retro Bowl deciding to basically sell out to get the NFL licensing is a joke. I can't blame them because they are a small company, so the ability to work with a real company, to work with one of the biggest brands in the world, cool. I don't blame you one bit. I get it. However, you're going to have to understand that when you do that, you're going to have to reap what you sow. You're going to have consequences to those actions. And the consequence is that all of your loyal fan base that has been devoted to you for years is going to think that you're a sellout and you're a shill. And that's fine. If you're okay with that, and if you got the money, that's great. Now, I did say in this big post, which, we get pretty juicy here, I mentioned a lot of things, and we'll just go ahead and I'll read it verbatim, and I'll have it on the screen here as well. But so Rage Cage, he brings up some things, and they're going back and forth talking about, whether they're just like it's a cash grab, whatever. And MJ Bill, who is the community manager, I guess, for Retro Bowl and New Star Games, which is so crazy because Quality Games, who makes Hoopland, it's so hard not to compare these two all the time because it just like shows what they do right versus what they do wrong. And my big issue has always been a lack of transparency with New Star Games. New Star is a fine company. They're fine people. I don't know them personally. But where the fuck is the transparency? They don't have any roadmap. They don't talk about what's on the docket coming up the next week, the next month. And when they do, they're so silent until it happens. And it's so far down the line. I mean, look, I'm making this video that, again, I made a month ago saying, hey, any day now, this Retro Bowl update should come out. Literally insane. So MJ Bill says, you're so wrong on so many levels. I don't even know where to start. I can't get into the details of our contract with Apple licensing for NDA reasons, but I can tell you the developers don't get a percentage or cut, yada, 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 basically saying that we have no real incentive to sell out. I mentioned so many times the reason why Sim is not in Retro Bowl yet is because we are not happy with the game balancing and difficulty, and until we are, Sim doesn't make any sense. Maybe stop listening to YouTubers who don't have a clue on how game dev works. Well, guess what? You're right. I don't have a clue how game dev works. I do know that this company has at least double the amount that Quality Games does because he's one guy. So there's at least two people here. I'm sure there's a lot more than that. My big issue is this. There has not been any allocated resources to any of the previous games that are free to play. It looks like all the assets are being added to the game that is actually going to generate Apple money, which is going to continue to build that brand with them. And they're putting all of their games like, oh, look at Retro Goal sitting in the fucking garbage can over there. Hasn't been updated in 3 years. Oh, wow. Maybe games like that literally get no attention at all, that have a lot of potential, maybe those should continue to have people allocated to them so that way those can continue to see updates and content because those games are what are going to build your core audience and your core fan base as they already have. So I read all this and he says, we try to take a long-term approach to games, blah, 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 a bunch of bullshit. For example, the much talked about QB mode, we put some time and energy into exploring, but for various reasons it didn't click and we went on the back burner, blah, blah, blah. It's funny because everyone still talks about QB mode. It's crazy. I mean, it's not as much as it used to be, but clearly there's some sort of the engagement and interest in career mode is absolutely insane. I have a video where I made a mock-up career mode. I'll put it somewhere in this video. I did all that just based on pixel art and just editing, and that was able to look very nice as far as depth, and I have so much assets I never even used for episodes moving in the future. I'm one guy. I'm literally I still have a life and a job, but I still was able to find time to do all that. Are you kidding me? The fact that they say that there's no reason to have defense, now you get it. Oh, there's no reason to have QB mode or career mode. People aren't interested in that. Bullshit. Read the comments on these videos. It's insane. So I get on my soapbox here. I say, I want to make it clear, I never said that New Star Games business practices were questionable. I said that the exclusivity on Apple Arcade alienates the majority of the player base. I sympathize for many players who have been waiting for something like this just to have it unavailable to them. That's most of you guys, honestly. I personally don't want to play NFL Retro Bowl 25 because there's a lot of work that needs to be done to justify a monthly subscription fee, but that is to be expected since the game's only been out for a month and now going on 2 months. However, if this is the only way for New Star to work with the NFL directly, I don't blame you. It's a great opportunity, especially for a smaller development team. I'm sure if there was a way to get licensing without charging people $50 a year, you would. The real thing with the Apple licensing, and somebody mentioned that, yeah, it's not $75 or $84 because you don't have to do 7 times 12. You could do it for one big lump sum of $50. Why the fuck would you want to pay $50 for Apple Arcade to play a bunch of games that you can't even keep your progress on if you stop paying? You are going to be paying until you die, or you're just not going to pay anymore. And maybe $50 a year to you is worth it. Don't see how that's even possible. So we continue further. My frustration is that Retro Bowl and Retro Bowl College have had no marquee updates to begin the football season, regardless of features, no team overall updates for offense and defense, no Retro Bowl jerseys, meaning NFL updated jerseys, and then they finally, after I posted this, they finally increased the offense and defensive ratings and change all those things for the new upcoming season for Retro Bowl, which are dog shit. They are terrible because we're already 2 months into the NFL season, so all of their previous, offense and defensive projections for the upcoming season, they're all awash because we're already halfway through the new season, and they don't even stand the test of time. If you look at the offense and defensive ratings for these teams in regular Retro Bowl, it's a fucking joke. With the release of NFL Retro Bowl 25, I am sure assets are tied up elsewhere, but I do hope to see some sort of dedication to those games to ensure they don't fall behind. That's my big issue, is we can continue to prioritize games that are coming out and that are new and fun and exciting. Wow, NFL licensing, that's all well and good. But where the hell is all the other attention to all the other games that actually matter? We continue moving forward now. With Retro Bowl College in particular, besides a slight balancing update almost 4 months ago, and you can add a month to all of these things I'm saying because it's been a month since I said this, and another large update 8 months ago, now 9, the only update to the game in the past 14 months of its release have been bug fixes, and yes, I don't know much about game development or coding, but I have to assume a lot of Retro Bowl College source code is directly identical to Retro Bowl. It's got to be close. I said I know New Star Games isn't sitting back with their new NFL licensed game, racking up money. Their feet are up. Oh my God, sure is nice to just have NFL licensing. Oh my God, hey, can you bring my Lamborghini around front, will ya? It's never been about New Star Games being lazy. It's more of a lack of direct communication with the community and mismanagement of resources. Now, in this video, I'm basically saying it is lazy. I mean, it really is, because at first it didn't seem lazy, but you go ahead and take another month just to add a difference in playoff scheduling. That's absolutely insane. At least that's what we can assume without concrete information of what's actually being worked on at any given time. But I have nothing but love for New Star Games. It can't be easy trying to please the masses. I'm a passionate member of the community. What did Bill from New Star Games say about all of this? He said nothing. I added him, and he never responded. And then at the very, very bottom, he did say to somebody else that he doesn't need any more beta testers. So he saw my message, which I felt like it brought up a lot of good points, and he just didn't say anything. And he said something to more aggressive confrontational comments, but mine, which was pretty concrete, I would say, and you guys can let me know in the comments, he said nothing. So, again, none of this is directly, people can do what they want. They're game developers. It's a game. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. This is a very niche place to be, but I feel like if someone's got to be the martyr, if someone's got to be, the guy going against the tide and actually representing you, I'm going to have to fall on the sword. I'm going to have to, because I'm getting so sick and so tired of waiting around for updates on a fucking phone game that I love so much, that I loved so much, just to get let down every single time, and to build hope and build hype in the community that I love to be a part of, just to see nothing get done. It is absolutely insane. We still have faces from Retro Bowl College that are not in the base Retro Bowl game. We still have so many bugs in Retro Bowl College and the new game that I haven't played since I stopped paying for it several months ago, that I won't buy or won't play until there is any sort of serious awesome improvements to the game. Play, not just the game itself, not just little HUD things, not little, character models and whatever the fuck you want to call it, where they don't even work, and then as soon as you sign them to your team, they lose their jersey number and all the cool shit that was supposed to be an awesome feature. It doesn't even work when you're 2 seasons in. Not any of that. I'm talking about real, actual, concrete updates, concrete improvements to the game. I don't know what they're doing over there across the pond. I really don't. I'd love to hear it. I would love to hear an actual, let's have a dialogue. Let's have a dialogue in the discussion. I feel like, again, every month, every other month, we're having some sort of discussion about Retro Bowl's update. And when's the last time it's been a good one? It's been so long. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I appreciate it. Share it with somebody that cares. Share it with somebody that doesn't. Maybe they'll start caring. Who knows? I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.